Right after his wonderful show, we have a very special guest with us, JAH, and what can I say? Wow, you brought the whole Rototom to the higher heights, literally.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
And what about the vibes on stage? Did you enjoy the vibes of our audience?
I did, it was a very natural vibe. Dubtonic crew, they are my brothers, and we've been on the road for most of the summer. And Rototom has been such a comfortable vibe. I've been here for the past 4 or 5 days, and I've met the crew, and everybody, it feels so warm. So when I went on stage, it felt like a jam session. It just felt so comfortable, so it was really good to see the people responding positively to conscious music and the message of Rastafari.
And it's the first time we have you here for our listeners. Can you tell them your story? You did start as poet. You're coming from the poetry, and then switch to music, but a very poetic attitude, I would say.
You just told them. That's the story.
I know you very well. I'm following you so close.
True. It has always been a journey with words and sound. So even now, I still consider myself a poet. And the journey with music has been just as long, since I was a little girl. But it is, later in my life that I really got a chance to explore instrumental, dub and jazz vocals and putting my poetry to music. So, with the help of some of the most legendary names in Jamaica, I was able to get a chance to share my message with the world.
And what is the most fascinating thing you're feeling about both jazz and dub, that are two main components of your inspiration? I mean, on musical terms, because obviously the spirituality is playing an enormous role in your art.
Well, those are the music forms that are most natural to I. Jazz, I think, gives a vocalist the freedom to rap whatever kind of melody they want around the lines of music, and so you are given the opportunity to go outside of your limitations. And I think that is similar with the instrumental dub as well, because you will hear a delay and a distortion that takes the music almost to some other place, and when all of the sounds are taken out and it's stripped down, it really becomes almost something completely different. And I can appreciate a music that allows itself to evolve in the moment, so those two forms are perfect for my personality.
And you did praise a lot of times JAH Rastafari on stage, so we did talk about spirituality. So you said this is not a jiggy night, so it's all about the
and
vibe.
I mean, there's no problem with jiggy. There's a time and place for everything. But I feel very blessed to be on a night like tonight with Wailing Souls and Midnight, and it's just a high Rastafari vibration. And when you think about a program like Rototom Sunsplash, which is rooted in a Jamaican festival, the original Sunsplash is a Rastafari that inspired Jamaican music to reach its highest place through Rastafari. So it is most relevant and most important and fitting to lift up the name of Haile Selassie here in this place.
And for those that are completely unaware of you, you have this great album called New Name, and it's a kind of spiritual journey. So can you spend a few words about the inspiration in it?
As you said, New Name is really a testament to my journey. All the different aspects of it, me as feminine, as militant, as lover, as fighter, as potential mother, as we all are as women, and just some of the struggles that all of us can relate to. Struggling with the system, wanting to find your own place in a world where individuality is frowned upon. Wanting to hail my king with the most reverence, regardless of the fact that the Christian church might suppress that kind of belief system, that kind of truth. We understand what is perpetrated at the highest levels, and so, as the song says, we live outside it as much as we possibly dare, and that has really been what New Name, represents. An opportunity for women to stand up as ambassador for culture, for Rastafari, for womanhood, for motherhood, for Mother Earth.
And my last question is, you have a natural gift about communication, and yesterday you had the chance to to be at the festival not only as performing artist, but you were part of a very important session of the Reggae University about the Rastafari Live It.
As music and as liberty.
So what about the vibe of the session of the Reggae
That
University?
was extremely important. I remember when Ellen of Rhythm Magazine asked me about a theme, and I remember that is something that I really wanted her to talk about. And I think it is most important for people who love reggae music throughout the world to understand that Rastafari music, roots music, is at the core of it. And no matter what happens and how the frills and the dancing and all of that, at the root of it is the message of peace, love, hope and liberation for man and woman through the example of His Imperial Majesty.
Thank you very much. Again, great compliments. Would you like to end the interview? It's a little bit noisy, but would you like to end the interview with a singing drop for our listeners? We are Rototom Sunsplash Television.
A singing drop. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I and Empress Meninai the Balance. This is JAH representing for Rototom Sunsplash Television. Keep it locked. New name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound. Selassie I love.
Yeah man, reggae nights. You live on the